Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 45 of Trials and Trebuchets. I'm your Dungeon Master, Luke, and joining me this week is...
Hi, my name's Ben, and I'll be playing the level 5 gnome wizard, Winsler Wallaby, along with his cubby little companion, Mr. Wiggles. I swear, we're up to no good.
Hello, my name is Kharla, and I play the level 5 Tiefling Rogue, Integrity Addleberry. Addleberry.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and sorry, I wasn't sure if you were done. I didn't want to, interrupt you.
I'm done.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I play Mira Marchant, the level 5 half-elf bard. A terrible decision maker, but a great disaster maker.
Nice.
Hi, my name is Sam, and I play Serinepth, a level 5 human sorcerer. I'm everyone's disappointed but wants the best for you, everyone's mom.
The mom friend.
I'm the mom friend who's just like, what are you doing?
And last time on Trials and Trebuchets, Mira and Serinepth were sent home without dinner. Integrity wailed underneath her bed again, and Winsler lied his way into a bird council and gave away 3 hairs to the wood witch Celti in exchange for a mail-order crystal head and some gifts for his friends. We now find Winsler Wallaby leaving the small wash basin as he pulls himself back ashore and is in Peter. What is Winsler Wallaby's plan? I would, as the Dungeon Master, love to know.
Now, I've never even bothered to acknowledge their existence before until now. I'm going to find a nice sort of flat area.
Okay.
Within Pitter.
Okay, that's easy.
I'm going to reach into my pocket and
Okay.
I'm going to pull out the bag of door seeds.
Okay.
And
All right.
I'm going to, with my expert past farming skills.
From literally almost a year ago, you mean, the door seeds.
I mean, they're
the
still
door
fine.
seeds
They're
from
seeds.
bookworms.
Yep. I'm going to conjure a trowel.
Okay, in your hand, you conjure a small glowing trowel.
And I'm going to start digging a deep enough hole so I could bury a door seed.
Absolutely. You have this small pouch of small grass-like seeds. You dig a small hole with your trowel, and you drop a couple seeds in, and you can pile in the orange soil back on top.
And then I'm going to, let's see, do I even have anything that might be close to something like that?
I have no idea.
I need to figure out what I have.
I have no clue what you're trying to do or attempting to do for the past 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm going to go over to the Crescent Lake.
Okay, you go over to the Crescent Lake, leaving your small trowel and pit with now filled in soil and seeds behind.
And I'm going to conjure up another mason jar.
All right, the trowel disappears and you conjure a mason jar, which is glowing.
I'm going to fill it up with this teal teal liquid, and I'm going to go over and water the plant.
Okay. What does the door that appears look like?
I would expect it to be almost to be like a door frame that's made of roots, and then and then it actually has like a main door that just appears between them.
Yes.
But it's like a modern door.
Okay, it's like a yeah, absolutely. It's like a glass door with like the push bar on it. Yeah. Amidst this like root system of a door frame.
And since I imagine we're in Isithil, I would imagine the soil kind of seeps into the seeds a bit.
Oh, and it's like bright orange.
I would imagine that because they were also from the book, it's almost sort of like pastel mixture of like the purple bark from the trees, and almost looked like it was drawn.
So this door appears in front of you. What would you like to do?
I want to push it.
You push the door open, and you see a somewhat like familiar, what you know to be a grid system. And the sky is this dark, or is this open, like it's just an open ceiling, and you can see this like orange sun off on the horizon, a central black raised room in like a couple feet down to your right, and you can see some mud like imps like just like standing around, and they all turn and look at you as you walk through this door in just pure awe.
Hi.
What are you doing here? Do I know you from somewhere?
Not that I know of, but I'm kind of looking for the exit. Do you know where I might be able to find that?
They
kind of in a rush.
All look around and they point at the large raised black room and they go, exit should be through there. That's where the bookmaster is.
Okay, thank you. I'm good friends with the bookmaster, so I'm sure he'll understand.
Oh, all right. Have you been in here before?
Maybe once. As I run.
Okay, you run down this hallway through this grid system and climb the stairs to the double door at the top of this staircase. You open those doors and see that there's a small drop onto a small cube filled with, or like a small field of what seems like ash or dark gray sand. In the middle of the room, there is a large archway and a older paper imp like creature sitting on a chair, who will look up at you and go, would you like to just jump down and run over?
I'm gonna like slowly walk and be like, hi.
He's gonna go, weren't you here before?
I'm going to do like a 180 turn and just go with my hand, just like, see ya. And then
like just walk through the arch.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't remember what we do with the book, guys.
Okay. As he goes, what? What? But the portal activates for you as you are a book champion. You have already bested the champion. The arch activates for you. If this is a one and done book, you can't just use it multiple times. As this confused old face of the imp looks upon you, you fall through the portal and find yourself shot out against the wall in a pitch black room.
Ouch.
Yeah, you cannot tell anything.
Okay.
It smells musty as fuck in here.
Okay. Mr. Wiggles, can you smell anything? Do you kind of know where we are?
It smells as if we're in the restricted section once more. It's very dusty. And he sniffs as if to clear his nose from the dust.
Okay. I'm going to cast Produce Flame.
Okay. You produce flame.
Just hold it in my hand. And just
you see around you many old books.
Okay.
And you see that there is do you remember when you were in the restricted section, there was the area behind the counter that was like barred in?
Yeah.
You seem to be in here and the door is shut.
What's the door like? Like, what is it made of?
Like, it's iron bars.
Okay. Does it have a doorknob?
No, doesn't appear to have a doorknob.
Does it have like any handle at all?
Doesn't appear to have a door handle at all.
Why is it only doors in Wildcliff that you have trouble with?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Hostile architecture. Whoever was designing this school literally just created the doors to be as bitch as possible.
Does this iron door have sort of like an opening where there's like bars?
Is there a mail
Yeah,
slot?
it's like vertical bars.
Vertical bars?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Reduce on the door.
So, I would say that the door bars would... Check my notes.
I feel like the door is just gonna turn into a gnarled mess and I'm gonna die.
You run into the other librarian.
Oh no, please.
Evil Reddick is just gonna give you a glare and let you out.
She also turns into goo.
Oh shit.
Everyone's actually goo.
Yeah, but Rude Winsler would just be Winsler. Like, there's no difference.
That's true.
Maybe there would be a really nice Winsler instead.
Okay. So you cast Reduce on the bars.
Oh, I wasn't intending on the bars.
Well, there doesn't seem to be any evident door. It just seems to be bars.
Yep.
Does that change?
No. Just continue with what you're doing.
Can you read to me what Reduce does?
It reduces... The target size is halved in all dimensions, and its weight is reduced to 1/8.
Okay. So this 10-foot tall set of bars just kind of... You see it pull against the ceiling within which it is embedded, and then crack down as they shrink to be half their size height-wise, and then you see them pull against the sides of the walls and rip out of the stone walls and shrink down to be a tiny little almost fence with which you can very easily climb over.
I'm going to now climb over this odd fence.
Okay, you climb over this odd fence and find yourself behind the counter in the restricted section.
Okay. Is this the restricted section where Evil Reading was? Or Cranky
Yes.
Reading?
In the archives,
Okay.
yes.
I'll have to figure my way out of here somehow.
How would you like to do that?
Well, it's weird because there's the goat door.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up to the goat door, I guess.
Okay. You go up to the goat
Is there
door.
like a handle or anything? I can't remember the goat door at all.
There's no handle. No, there's no handle. As you push, your hand goes through it, and you hear a loud bleating announcing, "Now leaving! Now leaving!"
Okay, I'm just gonna run through it, and I'm gonna find a place to hide.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
Shit.
This is
shit.
I don't know why you're such a crime
my
child.
favorite section. Can I just be honest?
19.
Okay. You run and dive and slide on the polished wooden floor underneath a nearby study table as you hear the beating of little clockwork wings flying and approaching from above. As you turn around and watch the door, you see a little swarm, probably 5 or 6 of these little library helpers, these clockwork modrons and such, arrive and kind of click clack at each other, unaware of what seems to be occurring. They don't seem to see you, and after the goat door stops its bleating and yelling, they seem to return above back to wherever they seem to be at right now.
Okay, I'm gonna remain stealthy from here on out.
Okay. As you look around, the regular magical light in this large room seems to not be here during the nighttime, and there seems to be a few windows in the front that seem to be letting in light, and it's just generally just very quiet in here.
Okay.
And there's probably about 150 feet between where you are and the front door.
Okay, I'm going to go as stealthy as I can, weaving myself between under tables and any place that I wouldn't be easily seen.
Well, here's the thing. You could take a more direct route if you wanted to use the carpet, which would render you a bit quieter with your footsteps, but you would be completely out in the open. Or you could risk squeaking on the floor, but being out of sight.
I have a feeling that it might be better to take the carpet just because of the noise.
Okay.
Which I will do.
Okay. All right. Make a stealth roll with advantage, please, as you, with some haste, scamper for the door.
No, that's not going to do it, Chief. That's a 7.
Oh, boy.
I rolled a 1.
So as you are running... Okay. As you are running along on the carpet, with your soggy socks from running around in the forest, they start to slip off your feet as you scamper, and you trip and spill out across the carpet, getting a rough burn on your chin. You then hear again the flutter of the clockworks, and they land around you as you sit up, and they are looking at you angrily and clicking loudly.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know I'm not supposed to be here, but I didn't know. I found a book lying outside, and I figured I should probably return it. It's kind of in a mess. I found it like it, but I'm gonna take out. One
of them holds its hand out.
I'm gonna give them the Woods Witch Encyclopedia.
Okay, the one that's in pages.
Yes. I have said that I found
unbound.
it.
Okay.
And it is in pieces.
Okay. One of the triangular ones takes it, will look at it, look up at the sky as if cursing whatever deities might overlook the world, and then look back at you and click a couple times and then fly off. The spherical one will grab you by the collar and pull you harshly towards the front door, and then will open the door, touch you on the forehead, and kind of just look into your eye and flick your nose and push you out and close the door.
Okay.
You are now back on Wildcliff campus and can peacefully make your way back to your dormitory if you so wish.
I do wish to do that, yes.
Okay. You scamper off back to your dormitory, and we will cut to the next morning. It is the first day of classes for the summer semester, everyone.
Yay!
Wow.
Boo.
So,
cool.
what are y'all doing on this lovely morning?
Suffering mostly.
I'm looking at the goo in my fireplace, And
Okay.
I'm trying to see if it's alive, like poking it with shit and like.
You're poking at it. It's this purplish goo, and it seems to be still very much gooey, despite sitting in your fireplace for a couple days.
I'm trying talking to it.
What do you say?
You're not the same goo that tried to kidnap people yesterday. But I know you're up to something. And once I figure out what that is, I'm gonna do something about it.
I see. The goo does not respond,
I didn't expect
but that doesn't mean it hasn't heard
it's
what you've said.
intimidated.
Roll intimidation.
I kind of want to see what would happen if I did that.
Do
Give me a
it.
second.
Roll intimidation. Do it.
5.
Wow.
The goo seems to be not at all threatened by you. It sits there glisteningly in your fireplace as if to say, yeah, so what? What are the rest of you doing on this morning? Gonna grab breakfast before class?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to meet with my friends.
The four of you can head on down to the dining hall and sit at your typical first year table, and all of you see one another.
So,
Wow.
how are your evenings?
It was kind of boring, in all honesty. But I have something for everybody.
Oh,
And I'm gonna...
okay.
I'm gonna, like, reach down to be, like, sort of, like, side on the table to reach into
You
my
also
bag.
all notice that Winsler is not wearing his robe,
Nope.
which is out of character for Winsler.
Can I like?
I'm going to...
Sorry.
No, you can go.
On my desk, or on the dining room table, I'll just have my head on the table
Okay.
because I've had a sleepless night, so I'm just going to be like,
Okay. It's like 7 in the morning,
Yeah.
yes.
I'm gonna try and say hi to her, and when I realize she's just kind of laying there, I'm gonna put like my hand on her back and just give it a couple of pats before going back to my food.
and I'm gonna be like,
Mhm.
that's my response.
Well, good morning to you too.
Okay. So I'm going to reach down into my bag, and first I'm going to pull out this large pink gem
Yes.
What?
for everyone to
the-
see.
It's probably a 1.5 feet long.
Holy shit, that's huge.
But I can't
It's
see
giant.
it because my eyes
That's
are
like
on
half
it.
the size of you.
It's like more than half the size of you.
And I'm going to put it on the table, and I'm going to push it over to Integrity.
You, Integrity,
Oh.
hear a large ka-tunk of something hitting the table, and then you hear the sound of scraping as this something heavy is
There's a
pushed
clink
across
as
the
like a
wooden
bowl
table.
falls off the table.
Yes,
and being
it clinks
pushed.
against like the large silver serving platter upon which many waffles and eggs are sitting, and kind of pushes it out of the way, along with like the running, like the table runner that was on there. It gets like pushed out of the way, and you can feel it bunching against your arms, and you feel this cold surface pushed against your forearms and the top of your head as Winsler pushes it against you.
And then I'm gonna put my head up and I'm gonna be like, what do you want from me? And then I'm gonna see the rock. And then
Yes,
It's
you
not
see a
just
large pink
boulder,
gem.
It's a rock.
You see a large pink gem on the table in front of you.
and
Immense gem, I would
and
say.
it looks very similar to my pink topaz. But just
It looks like
bigger.
a giant version of your pink topaz, yes.
And I'm gonna be like, where did this come from?
That's my secret. I'm going to give them the shh.
Winsler! And then I'm gonna
Why?
get
I didn't
up
do anything bad.
and I'm going to hug Winsler.
Ah!
And
Okay.
squeeze
You can
Winsler
hug
with
him.
my hug.
Huggy,
You
huggy.
squeeze the fuck out of him.
And that's the last time Winsler
Ugh.
breathes.
Okay, well,
Okay.
I got something for everyone else. I'm going to reach into my bag, and I forget what I got.
Ben,
Purple-
There was a
lavender
dice.
goo.
Shit.
There was the lavender
You got
goo.
a red dye, you got lavender goo, an amulet with a very anatomically correct eye on it, and a dark brown leather hat with a rim or a brim, and one side of the brim is pinned up.
Okay.
What fashion forward Vogue?
I'm going to give Serinepth
Yes.
the necklace.
Okay. Serinepth, Winsler hands you a small black metal amulet with a disgusting eye on it.
I'm like,
This is the start of your goth phase.
oh,
Oh, shit.
Wait,
yes.
she's
It's
already
always
not
been
in goth
internal.
face?
Now it's gonna be external. Yes. No, I'm like bring it close to my face to like examine the eye. Like, I'm not grossed out by it. I'm like impressed by the craftsmanship. Like,
Yeah,
Amazing.
it's good. It's high quality.
I'm gonna put it around my neck and say, "Thank you, Winsler. This is very nice."
I'm going to then pull out the hat. And
Yes.
I'm going to slide it over to Mira.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, where did you say you got this?
Fashion
I
forward.
said
Vogue.
I said it's my secret.
Winsler.
I mean, you know what? I'm not going to question you on it further because I probably don't want to know. This is a very nice gift. Thank you.
Just before anything else, just to check, it wasn't anything illegal, was it?
No.
Okay.
Roll deception.
Serinepth, what do you mean? Winsler
wasn't
doesn't do
tech-
anything illegal.
That's
just
a nat
mean
20.
that-
Fuck off.
Okay,
No,
Winsler is telling the complete truth. This
I'm
is just Winsler's secret stash.
Okay, in that case, Sereneph's response is, I'm just saying that over the last couple of months, you have to admit we've been through some odd things, but I trust you, Winsler. So thank you very much for
I
the
just thought that I wanted to do something nice for my friends.
Oh.
Thank you. It's been a rough day, to be honest, and I appreciate that.
Does anyone know where Artist might be?
Probably in his office.
I have something for him too, for being such a good mentor. Do you think you could deliver this? Someone could deliver this to him?
Oh, I can.
I'm gonna pull out the mason jar full of the lavender goo.
Okay, you all see a mason jar full of what looks like lavender snot.
Ew.
Where?
Not
Okay.
dissimilar to what's in your fireplace, but slightly less dark, more lavender than dark purple.
What?
Winsler, could I see that for a moment?
Sure. I'm gonna slide it
gonna,
over
like-
to Serinepth.
I'm just gonna take I'm gonna bring it over and I'm gonna open the
Open
top
it.
slightly.
Oh
Mhm.
god, it's
I was
probably
gonna,
gonna smell horrible.
I'm gonna pinch a piece out to see if it detach or something.
It strings out and leaks out of your hands. It doesn't quite detach. It seems less goo and more mucus.
Ew.
I'm gonna just stare at it for did I physically touch the slime that's in my fireplace?
You might have, yeah, when you guys were pushing it around on the floor.
Does it
I'll
feel
say it's
similar?
not a similar no. That's definitely more gelatinous, like it has a substance and a form to it. This is just slop, like a liquid.
Huh. I'm gonna wipe that bit that I kind of put out back
Mhm.
into the jar. I'm gonna close the top and I'm gonna move it over to Integrity. And I'm gonna say,
Okay.
sorry, it just looked familiar for a second.
I just want someone else to go deliver it to Artist because I'm gonna be kind of busy today with all the new classes. Gotta study up. Ha ha ha.
Winsler, are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. Mr. Wiggles
Also,
can.
where are your robes?
They're in the dry cleaners right now.
The
You
what?
can't afford a dry cleaner?
There's a
No.
dry
Don't you
cleaner
have a
here?
spell to do that?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you can get Toll to do it for you.
Toll dry cleans?
Yeah, he totally does.
No way!
Did you not know that?
No!
He's real good at it. He just takes a long time to do it, though.
Okay, well, fair enough. That's so cool. I'm gonna ask about that later.
Is there time to go to Artists before class or no?
It's 7:00. Your class starts at 8:30, if I recall correctly.
Can I go to Artists' office?
Are you gonna get up right now immediately with under your arm a big pink crystal and under in your other hand a glass of mucus
Yes.
and on your back a big knapsack?
I mean,
Yes.
it's better than going to every class today with that stuff under her arms, right?
This is a magical school. That's not out of the realm of possibility.
You could just say it's an independent project.
Or I could
Yeah.
just do my Tensor's floating disc and all my stuff is on the disc.
Nice.
Next level
Smart.
backpack.
Taking up all the space in the
That's
hallway.
just everyone with their backpacks.
It's like a slow walking group of friends. It's fine.
Ugh.
So, integrity stands up rapidly without a word and runs out of the dining hall at lightning speed. She
100%.
runs and runs and runs and eventually finds herself at the Hall of Voyages. You push open the doors, probably with your feet because your hands are both full, and find that there is artist artisans standing here, as well as a few other older looking people. There's a assorted amount of people, 2 or 3 other folks who presumably have offices in the basement, as well as Underbow and a large spherical orb-headed clockwork golem.
Uh-oh.
And they all turn to look at you, and Underbow will go, "Oh, Miss Idleberry, it's been a long time. How are you doing? What by chance are you doing here on this Monday morning before classes?" And he'll pull at his small suspenders.
I'm doing great. I've been having a rough week, but everything else is okay. I wanted to talk to artists.
Oh, well, your mentor is right here. We're currently dealing with a bit of a predicament. Someone seems to have broken into the Hall of Voyages last night and teleported to the plane of Isithil against the rules of our interplanar ban and against the rules of just being a student. We found a discarded robe in the basement as well as a small pair of shoes. And we had reports of one first-year student running amok last night. Do you know anything about this, Miss Idleberry?
No, I was in my room
Crying.
with my friend.
Crying.
Okay. Well.
Crying. I don't know what you want. I have no information to give you. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Anyways, I could just drop something off to artists, and artists, maybe I can meet you again later when you're not busy.
Artists will say, yes, we should be done before the end of the afternoon. So once your classes are over, feel free to drop by.
Okay.
But I can take whatever you have if it's just a small thing right now.
No, I can drop it off at your office. I don't want any inconvenience.
Oh,
So I'm gonna-
absolutely. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
You seem very tired.
Don't worry about me.
Did you have any dreams? And he'll look at you without blinking.
Terrifying.
No, I didn't have any dreams. At least not
All right,
recently, but...
Not recently. Very well. We'll talk later. Go get to class then.
Okay. And I'm gonna run to his office, put the jar in there, and then...
You're not going downstairs.
What?
You're not allowed downstairs.
Oh.
It's a crime
Well
scene.
then I'll just
You can either
go...
give it to him or come back later.
I'm not gonna friggin' bring it with me. So I'll just...
Hand him a mason jar.
Actually...
Pink
I'll just be
lavender
like,
goo.
okay, I'll just come back later.
All right.
See you
I'll see you
later.
after classes then.
Okay, bye. And
All
I'm
right.
gonna go
And
to
you
class.
leave. Okay. And I presume all the rest of you go to class as well.
Yeah, class time.
Do I have
Okay.
classes with these people?
That's a good
I
question.
think you and Serinepth have almost an identical class schedule.
What?
Wow.
Mira shares some classes with you. I don't think any of you are in classes with Winsler. Oh wait, Mira's in magical language with Winsler.
Yeah,
I'm totally gonna
language
spill the
buddies.
gossip.
Hey!
I'm totally gonna spill the gossip to Serinepth though during class.
Okay.
Shit.
During what class? Because I think you have I think your first class in the morning is separate. Like I think Serinepth has evocation and you have
Yep.
martial applications.
well, but then the second one.
What's your second
Okay.
class?
What's your
We'll
second
post these
class?
class schedules somewhere so that you, our audience, can view this. This isn't completely
I
unlistenable for you.
have alchemy. Do you have
I don't
alchemy?
I have illusions.
Okay, then I'll meet you at illusions,
Cool.
and then I'll be like,
Okay.
oh my
I
gosh,
like how
Sa-
we're just like, oh my god, like what's your class schedule this year?
Yep.
Do we have classes?
I'll just be like, oh my gosh, Serinepth. So you know how this morning I was gonna go talk to artists?
Yeah.
Apparently there was a break-in at the Hall of Voyages, and they were saying that it might be a first year, and that they also found robes and small shoes where it happened.
I'm gonna like
Like-
look around the room and like lean in very close, like, do you think Winsler did something?
No, he wouldn't do that.
I'm just eating eggs and toast.
No, I mean like I trust him, but like he doesn't have his robes and I don't know where he was last night.
Serinepth, I was in my room and I was not having a great time. You expect me to
Wait,
know
that
where
was
Winsler
you?
was? That was me what?
Well, okay, so we had we went to the party last night. A lot of weird. I'll talk to you about that a little later. Some weird stuff happened at the party, and when we came back, there was some loud crying.
Oh, that was
Coming
not
from-
me. I was crying very quietly.
Why are you okay? Why are you crying?
Well, because I got my topaz, a very tiny topaz, but then the person who was going to animate it for me failed to animate it, and I was just very, very disappointed. But now I have this rock thanks to Winsler.
You hear a voice at the front of the small lecture hall that goes, Miss Cinderman and Miss Idleberry, would you please pay attention? This is the first class of the semester, and this sets a bad precedent for all classes going forwards.
Sorry, Professor Bursk.
Terribly sorry.
Talk about it after class.
Yes, Professor Bursk.
Anyways, this is how eyes work. And he goes back to drawing a diagram of eyes on the board.
I'm gonna point
in
at her and
chalk.
cast message. I'm kidding. I don't want
Bad
to keep this scene
influence.
going.
Wow.
That's the
Okay.
joke.
Okay.
What can you see with your special eyes?
Oh, my brand.
Do any of y'all have the same class this afternoon?
I don't have any
I
class
only have
this
those two
afternoon.
I don't
Let's
think
all
so.
say.
It fucking
Let's all
slaps.
say. Let's all say our.
Evo and illusion. That's it.
Oh.
I
Damn.
have one class today.
Oh, girl.
You lucky.
Right? Ah,
I mean, I have my
Lucky.
afternoon off. I have after this class, I'm done.
nice.
Yeah. Well, yeah. After illusions, I have.
I have like a weird gap that I usually have where it's just nothing and then a class and then nothing.
That's me tomorrow.
We're gonna post these schedules online for the people
I
to
I
see.
feel like I'm in university again. Like, hey, on these days, I have this huge random
Oh.
gap in the middle of the day.
Don't remind me.
Okay.
I just
So-
got out of it. I
Flashbacks
want
to
to go
you
back.
like just chilling in the library cafe all the time.
Who, me?
All of
Yes.
you go to your classes, presumably, and once you are finished your classes, on the first day they end kind of early. To be quite honest, you are let out. It's a beautiful summer day. It's the 23rd day of summer. And what would you all like to do?
I want to get everyone to meet up at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to
can
go
meet up
find my
Where would you like
friends.
to meet?
We're gonna finally
Like for lunch or
library
something?
cafe again.
Let's get lunch.
yes.
Lunch at the dining hall.
Yes.
Yeah, because this is too
Okay.
early to go meet artists. I was planning on meeting him at around like 4:00.
Oh.
Meeting him at 11.
Okay. So you all go and sit at the dining hall first year table.
Table.
And most everyone seems to be here. Alina seems not to be here. Crazy,
Interesting.
strange, weird.
Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting.
And Winsler,
Yes.
Kurt seems to be absent as well,
Oh.
which isn't irregular, but he seems to be absent.
Kurt, are you eating your vitamins?
I would expect that Kurt is probably doing whatever he usually does.
Yeah.
Tinkering away.
Kurt's working on typically like for the past week he's been working on like coercing brass, like scrap brass out of any professor he can get it from or any abjuration assistant just to work on the golem in your guys's room. So
You
It's
created
not
a monster
strange that
to
he wouldn't
create a
be here.
photo
No.
machine.
Doesn't phase me.
what are y'all gonna chat about?
Did you hear the rumors?
What
Which
rumors?
ones?
So apparently yesterday, someone broke into the Hall of Voyages and left their robe and shoes there. Who's dumb enough to leave stuff like that there?
I automatically stare at
I am
Winsler's
like
feet.
looking at Winsler.
Does he have shoes on?
He does not
My
have
face
shoes on.
goes bright
Boy.
red.
Or would you take Kurt's shoes or something?
Yes. If
Okay.
I were
He has
if I
shoes
were
that are
to
slightly
like
too
cover
big.
up anything, I would probably wear Kurt's stuff.
Okay, he has shoes
Honestly-
that are slightly too big.
That's suspicious. I just stare at Winsler like,
He gave us a convincing
Well-
lie earlier today. I don't know what he rolled.
You
for that, but
yeah,
It was like,
he
oh,
you
my
can
robes
you
are
believed
being
him earlier.
cleaned, but this person like
Yeah.
left
Why
their
why
robes.
are you
But
all
the
looking
shoes,
at, why are you all
though.
looking at me? I
Okay,
say
in that
with
case,
distraught.
Serinepth isn't looking at him.
the secret you mentioned, Earl, is there a connection maybe possibly, potentially, there? friend?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
But you tell us if there was, right?
I would tell you if there was, yes.
Winsler wouldn't do that.
So, what do you guys think did happen then?
I bet I bet it's one of those people who were attacking the greenhouses during the exam.
Are people
You
attacking the
mean-
You mean the
greenhouses
zoology
too?
department?
Speaking of which, there's a thing we should probably talk about as a group, it's that there's some kind of slime monster evil situation happening, and I feel like that's something we should all collectively be aware of.
Now,
What?
what kind of slime problem?
Well, we were at Delmus's party, and in the kitchen, there was, I don't know, this dark slime that came from
How
the
quiet are you
ceiling.
talking about this?
Quietly.
Okay.
Let's
like-
clarify
We're
this.
like
Let's
huddled
clarify
in, like,
this,
around the
Serinepth.
table
Okay,
together
okay,
talking.
okay. Okay.
Let's clarify this, Serinepth. That was not Mira.
No.
And I'm going to, like, open my eyes at her and be like, that's not Mira.
Are you
went
okay?
to Delmus's party, and at the party, there was this thing, this dark goo thing that came from the ceiling, took the form of, I think, a teacher at our school, and tried to kidnap Delmus. I mean, luckily she's fine, but
So,
What did they look like?
it was this a dark dragonborn, and they had teacher's robes on, and after everything they kind of just pointed at me and said, I'll see you later.
Winsler, you immediately think to yourself, wow, a black dragonborn. And think to your divination course that you just had, where your professor, Professor Deeptar, was a black dragonborn, which to you,
means
a crime
nothing.
boy, means nothing.
No connection.
But you just have that like, wow, there's a lot of black dragonborns at this school.
Wow, what a coincidence.
And I've just been thinking, like, the goo that's in my fireplace right now, from that one night, I tried talking to it, which
Did
sounds
it say
stupid. When
anything?
No, hear
I'm
me
going
out,
to
like,
laugh. Like, I'm going to cackle at this thought.
hear
Like,
me out.
Yes.
I
when
spent an
Serinepth
evening
says
with
this, I'll be like,
Hear me out. I spent an evening with personified goo. I think, oh, the goo in my room. Probably a connection of, like, I don't know,
Goo in my
intelligence,
room.
maybe? I could try and...
I mean, we found
Say
the goo in the kitchen, and the other goo. If I was
Yes,
there, which I
told you
wasn't.
about the goo.
Yeah, no. My point
I
being,
told you about the goo I found in the kitchen.
yes.
When we bumped
no,
into
I
each
meant
other
no,
after
no, no.
you were done
I
your
meant the
exams.
original
Why are
goo in
you
the original
fighting?
kitchen. I meant the original goo in the original kitchen, but if I were there at the other place, which I wasn't, I would have said, which if I were there, that it's a weird coincidence that it's goo in kitchens twice, right? Like, and like, I know they're different colors, so I don't know if it's like the same goo or different goo, or if we're dealing with like an inter-school like goo crime cabal here, but it's weird, right?
yeah, that
it
is very weird.
But the other question is, what the heck do they want with Delmus? Like,
I have no idea.
did Delmus come to school today?
You haven't seen her.
Okay, so she's probably still recovering. Thanks God. Anyway.
Fuck God.
I mean, if
Me
she
and
were
God are
there,
like this.
like, I would assume she didn't seem to know what was happening, and her dad didn't either.
But if it's a teacher here,
Yeah, I have
but
no
if it's
idea.
a teacher, then was it like a test? Like, was
That would be a weird thing for it to be.
But like,
I
don't know
imagine
enough
it was
about
someone
this school
like
at this point.
it was probably not a teacher, right? It's probably someone like posing as a teacher. Because if it's like goo that can like shapeshift into different things, it seems like it would make sense for it to like take a form that wasn't itself, or there's like an evil teacher walking around, or it's an actual black dragonborn but it stole teacher robes. There's so many possibilities and I don't like any of them.
Has anyone seen a black dragonborn teacher yet today?
One of my teachers is a black dragonborn. I don't
What?
know if that means anything.
Did they seem, I don't know, gooey? That's a weird thing
Crimey?
to say, but
That-
like,
That's not a
crimey and gooey.
that's not a trait I tend to pick out in people, you know?
Like, did he try and grab something and it was a little bit far away, so his arm kind of like extended like Michael Jordan or something like that? That's what I'm asking.
Who's Michael Jordan?
Character
Fantasy Michael Jordan, the best fantasy basketball player out there, man.
Not that I know of, no.
No, they just kind of talked about tea leaves the entire class and let you go early.
Cool. That sounds like an awesome teacher.
They're
I
alright.
don't have
maybe we
class
should,
with them,
like,
so I don't know.
I don't know, like, look into them a little bit more. Like, I don't know, find their office, or, you know, you're taking their
Are you
class,
saying
so
that we stalk a teacher?
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't know, Winsler, maybe you could, like, go to his office hours or something, because you're taking his class. It wouldn't be weird. And, like, see if you can find anything particularly, like, gooey in there.
I could ask him about more tea leaves.
Yeah.
Sure.
He seems to really like going off on tangents about that kind of stuff. And I could do that. Sure.
Yeah, maybe that'll be something.
How's random side question? How is Mira looking right now?
Like,
Is she doing better?
like, emotionally?
Yes. I am genuinely concerned, okay?
Like, not the best she's been in life. She's not sobbing into the soup, if that's what you're wondering.
the soup.
Oh,
She's
yes,
just-
my
she looks
tears
a
make the
little
soup so much more salty.
unhappy, but, like, you
This
know.
soup is bland.
So what are y'all gonna do now?
I want to run.
Away.
I want-
Yeah, same.
100
Away
meter
from more
dash.
problems?
Oh, God.
I want to run towards Doctor. I mean, to I want to run to
Dr. Happel?
Professor.
He upgraded.
Professor, the guy who broke my dreams.
Klimt.
Yeah,
I
Professor
thought you said
Klimt.
a different
Dr.
word.
Klimt.
Professor
Nonchalant
Klimt.
doctor
So you're
by
just-
day, professor by night.
Second time today, Integra just stands up from the dining room table and runs out of the room.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Has anyone else noticed that she's been doing that a lot recently?
No.
Okay.
I have
you
more
run
things
the-
to worry about.
You run to the enchantment department. We've been here quite a bit. No, that was the transmutation department. Never mind.
Where are we right now?
It's so confusing.
Welcome to
This
Wildcliff,
geography's
School of
nothing.
the Arcane.
You'll
You
never
run
find your way
to
out.
the enchantment building. You run up the stairs, past the secretary to the attic. You slam open the door, presumably, very excitedly.
Oh, hell yeah.
All the while, probably in your backpack or under your arm, carrying your crystal
Under my arm.
under your arm.
It's like
in
a,
the
it's
office.
like I'm running with a football, you know.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
In the office, sitting at their desk, looking at some papers and just reading them very closely with his head like very close, within like a couple inches of the desk, like completely hunched over, sitting cross-legged, is a tiefling professor. He will look up at you and say, "Oh, hello, Integrity. Miss Idleberry, what I wanted to apologize about the unfortunate circumstance by which your your pink topaz was destroyed. We will reimburse you completely. I have the form right here if you want to fill it out for me."
Oh, of course.
What-
Reimburse me with pink topaz?
No, for the monetary value.
Oh, okay. And then I'm gonna fill up the form.
Okay.
And
And put the
then-
you put your giant pink topaz on the ground, fill out the form. What do you write in the field for how much you paid for the pink topaz?
My friendship.
10,000.
10,000?
Wait, how much was the cost in the library? A
In
bookstore?
the bookstore, it was like a 1,200.
Okay, I'm gonna go with 3,000.
Wow.
This is so amoral.
He told.
All right.
Well,
So are you gonna then slide
including emotional damage.
Are you going to slide the form back over to him?
Yes.
He's going to look at it and look back up at you and go, "You spent 3,000 gold pieces on that
Yes, including
poor quality topaz?"
Yes. I really wanted the pink topaz, and I just was willing to spend worth more than what it was worth. So I'm sorry.
Well, it seemed as if to me it was a very poor quality, bulkily created topaz. So I feel like you either are lying or you got scammed. So what is it, Miss Heidelberry? And he's holding his quill to sign the small box at the bottom that gives permission to grant the refund.
I got it with the full knowledge that it was real. I thought it was real.
Well, it was quite real, just of low quality.
I thought it was worth more than 5 million gold.
Well, see, now that's
The
just
math's
an
not lining
objective.
up.
That's just an objective truth from integrity.
Well,
For
no,
overvaluing.
I was being, like, what's the word for it? I thought
Hyperbolic.
hyperbolic,
I still need you to make a deception check to fool this kind man.
You deserve.
So not only are you stealing department resources, you're then scamming them out of money.
Yeah, but then what do you want me to say? It was free that I stole it from someone?
You're just a bunch of.
Do you want us to admit to our faults?
That's absurd.
There's nothing illegal
Dope.
going on here. Move on.
23.
All right. He will scratch his nose and say, Miss Idleberry, the most I think we can reimburse you is $1,400,
I guess I'll take my
which is
losses.
the most expensive I've ever seen a pink topaz run up at, like 13. So I think 15 is more than enough.
I'll take my losses.
Absolutely. And he will scratch out your 3,000 and write 1,500 gold pieces. And then at the bottom, he will sign it and put that into a small stack on his desk to be dealt with. And he'll go, we should get the payment to you within the week. Now, was there anything else that I could help you with?
Yes. And I'm going to bend down and grab the big pink topaz.
Okay.
Thank you for reimbursing me. Here's my new topaz.
And he's going to look at it and go, where on this earth did you find that, Miss Idleberry?
Now this, I got
Now
it
that one,
as
yes,
a gift.
that one I would
Technically
argue
not of
is
this
worth a lot
earth.
more than 3,000.
I got this as a gift.
Okay. That's very
And-
suspicious. I just want you to know that.
Well, I don't know what to say. I got it as a gift.
I accept it,
and-
but in the event that someone comes to me saying, there's been a robbery, I will turn you in within a second.
Well,
I'm not implying you stole it. I'm just implying that it might not be very legally obtained. I will still use it. It will still be adequate. Do you have your stuffed animal upon you at the moment?
yes. And I
Okay.
take it from my backpack.
He will take your blue stuffed squirrel, put it on his desk. He will take the very heavy, probably like 12-pound gem, put it on the desk, and he will go, we can get this to you by tomorrow. I guarantee you, wholeheartedly, this will work.
Is it possible to have that?
It's a bit large, so we might need to chip it down to size, but we will make it fit inside the squirrel and have it work. I guarantee you.
And I can get the leftover.
Well,
Ooh.
it might not be entirely useful. It's just generally scrap material. Typically, we just dispose of it.
Well, I might want it for my arts and crafts. Anyways, thanks.
See, okay, bye.
And I'm
you
gonna
get up
run
and
back
leave.
to my friends.
Okay. What are you guys still talking about in the dining hall? Or did you go to find your professor, Winsler?
I went to go find the professor. I
Okay.
wanna talk to him about
Serinepth
tea.
and Mira, are you following along?
I kind of want to have another discussion with Mira.
Oh, gosh.
I'm fine with that.
Shut up.
I mean, we're not taking a class with this prof, so it would be super weird and suspicious if like 3 random nobodies showed up, especially if this
Everything we do is weird and
Yeah, but
suspicious.
especially
around
if
here.
We want to learn
The
about
prof
tea leaves.
was the one to like do the thing, and then we were just there with Winsler. It would make Winsler's like subtle
I
covert
guess that
attention
makes
grabbing
sense.
a lot less viable.
I'm a wanted
We're-
criminal
This is
here.
a discussion that we have at the table before he leaves, basically.
Okay. Winsler, you get up to leave and go visit your professor. Serinepth and Mira, you have a conversation?
I guess. What's up,
I-
S?
Well, Mira, I thought it over last night, and I just want to apologize for how I acted.
No, you shouldn't apologize. You were right. I messed up, and I overreacted, and I was stupid, and you shouldn't have to say sorry for anything. And I don't know what I'm gonna do now.
It wasn't stupid. I just, in the moment, I panicked because I couldn't do anything, and then everything just sort of happened suddenly. The kitchen just...
That's exactly what I did. It's okay. I also panicked because I couldn't do anything.
But the thing is, I shouldn't have taken my frustration out on you. That wasn't right of me. and I can't expect forgiveness, but I at least want to tell you how truly sorry I am for being so immature like that and letting out my frustrations in an inappropriate way.
I'm sorry too. I didn't mean to hurt you. I just sort of had a split-second decision and just sort of freaked out, and I realized that, like, you got hurt because of it, and I didn't want that to happen. So I guess we're both sorry.
I kind of want to, like, put my hand across the table, not, like, touching her, but, like, just resting it there. And I want to, like, look at her. I want her to understand the meaning when I say, I have been in this, and I have faced worse consequences. I was upset with you because I didn't want the same thing to happen to you.
Thanks.
I
So
have
good.
I have thought on my feet. I have panicked in a situation. I am facing those consequences because I ended up with much worse. And when that happened, I just kind of relived that moment and I didn't know how to react. And I want you to understand how sorry I am for going after you like that.
I nod. Serinepth, is there anything I can do for you? 'Cause I know that I don't understand how you feel about the whole situation the same way that you would. Obviously, the scale of everything was wildly different, but I understand panicking and regret and having to make very bad split-second decisions, and it's awful. So is there anything I can do to help you?
I kind of, like, put my hand back to my side of the table, and it's kind of like a moment of, like, she kind of just thinks and she says, I'm dealing with it in my own stride.
All right.
I love it.
This is like an after-school special, folks.
And remember, kids, if you're ever being bullied, tell an adult.
Like,
Cut
we were bullied
to-
by
Whoa,
gnomes.
you did
It's fine.
nothing?
Cut
Or
to
dwarfs, whatever.
Winsler. You are in the small divination department. You walk upstairs
Compartment.
to room
There's 5 flights of
207.
stairs and the elevator is broken.
You walk up the stairs to room 207, and it is open. Their plaque on the door reads, Professor Deeptar. Sitting behind their desk in this small, cramped room, wearing their professor's robe, with their black scales, doing some paperwork, it would seem, is your Professor Deeptar from earlier today. They will look up at you and say, Winsler, take a seat.
Howdy. I'm gonna stride on in and plop right down on the seat.
He's going to lean back in his chair and say, It's the first day of classes. What can I do for you?
Well, I was kind of going over the syllabus a little bit, and
Yes.
I mean, I didn't see anything too much about tea leaves on here, but I found your presentation in this morning to be really good, and I kind of wanted to hear a little bit more.
Oh, you're a very studious student, aren't you, Mr. Winslow?
Yeah, I am a
Wallaby?
student.
How well did you do on your summer exams, if you don't mind me asking?
I think I got third place.
Third place. Third to Kurt Orlane and Serinepth Cinderman, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
right?
Shit, he knows my name.
I don't mean to rub it in your face. I just wanted to check.
I'm just proud of them for doing good.
They're amazing students. I would be lucky to have them, but unfortunately, I don't.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. What did you want to learn about tea leaves? Was there anything specific?
I was wondering, how do you actually get the tea leaves down into like those weird bags, and then you use those to dip them in your tea?
Do you mean a
Like,
tea bag?
Yeah. How are those made?
Well, that's a silk mesh, and you just fill them with tea, like the actual leaves, which are chopped up finely.
Now how
That's
fi-
not
now how-
very- the
now
type
how,
of
now how
tea,
finely
nor the
are we
tea
talking
bag.
about?
Moderate. It can differ.
Now I've seen
For the best readings, you want to use a moderately coarsely chopped
Now,
leaf.
I've seen some tea bags have like multiple different things in it. Is that like multiple different tea leaves, or is that just
Yes.
like from the same plant?
To my knowledge, my approximate knowledge of tea leaves, that seems to be just you see, the exact composition of the tea bag is not what determines the prophecy. The grain size, as well as the reader and the drinker, are more important than the composition of the tea or what the tea is stored within. Is that clear?
Yeah. Do you mind if I take like a tea bag with me so I can take a look at it and maybe be a little bit more studious about it, or maybe?
Absolutely. Do you have a preference?
I've never had tea before, so anything might do.
Well, we'll be doing a hands-on demonstration next class where you will all drink your own tea and read your own leaves.
Sounds like the
to
best
determine
class ever.
some minor prophecy, just to get some practical experience. Did you have any preference for what tea?
I kind of like honey lemon. Maybe that sounds good.
Well, I don't have that, but here is just a general one that I bought from the store.
Okay.
And he will hand you a small tea bag.
I will take it.
He'll go, "It was a pleasure speaking with you, Mr. Wallaby. I'll be seeing you."
Yeah.
Oh, same expression. Interesting.
Have a good day, sir.
Have a good day.
This guy is a villain.
Is there anything else you guys wanted to do?
Yes.
Okay.
But later in the afternoon, I want to see if
Okay.
I can find illness.
Oh. More like deadness.
Ouch.
How would you want to try to find her?
I will wander until I find her dorm, to be quite honest. Because you mentioned they all have like little name cards on them, so.
The dormitories, yes.
Yes, so I'm going to go off of that. But hence why I wanted to do it later in the afternoon when she wouldn't be likely to be out and in class.
You wander for 2 hours between both dormitories. You find no such name card which reads Delnus Raithrin.
That's frustrating. Maybe she lives at home. I'm going to try then to see if I might find Ari.
Okay. That is utterly feasible.
Okay.
Roll an investigation check for this one.
11.
You encounter as you're wandering through the halls or the breezeways of the school, you cross paths, not with Ari, but with a small humanoid metallic golem with a small gem in its head with no mouth. It looks at you as if scowling deeply. It resembles the one that was there for the remedial sign-ins, as well as when you were checking your grades for the summer exams. But beyond this small interaction of it just seemingly glaring at you, it does not seem to try to approach you in any way. Unfortunately, you cannot find Ari today.
That's okay. I'm going to try to see what I can do with this one.
Okay.
Better
Are you
than
gonna
nothing.
try to speak to it?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Hi, hello, excuse me.
It looks at you
What's up?
as if to say, "What do you want?"
So I was wondering about, like, directions maybe, and was curious if you might be able to help with that.
It continues to look at you.
More specifically, I'm looking for somebody's dorm, or they might not have a dorm, so I'm curious where I might be able to find another student, because there's, like, an academically related thing that I have to talk to them about, and we don't have any classes together because, well, it's complicated. So anyway, do you have any idea where I might be able to find specific people?
It holds out its hand.
Is there anything in its hand?
No, it just seems to be empty.
Maybe it wants money? I'm going to, like, awkwardly reach into my pocket and drop, like, a silver coin in it.
It waves its hand at this to say no, and just, like, mimics writing. Like, it takes one hand as if it was a pen, and then the other hand as if it was a paper, and mimics writing.
Oh.
And holds out its hand again.
I'm going to reach into my bag and pull out a quill and paper and hand it to the golem.
Okay, the golem writes on its hand on the paper, "I am unable to divulge student locations," and will hand it back to you and bow and wander away.
Well, that was disappointing. And I'm going to dejectedly, what day of the week is it? Do I have any club meetings? Probably go to
It's
a club meeting
Monday.
or something.
Okay.
Dejectedly, though.
And I think finally we'll end with integrity, Idleberry. You wanted to see artists. It's the late afternoon now.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Bring me to artists.
Okay. Through the power of imagination, I bring you to artists. He is in the basement of the Hall of Voyages. The door seems to be repaired. There seems to be no damages as you descend the stairs. To your best approximation, nothing seems to have happened. And his door is sitting open. And he will look up at you when you walk in and say, hello, Miss Idleberry. What can I do for you? You had something to drop off. What was it?
Oh, yeah. First of all, I wanted to drop off something that Winsler wanted to give you. And then I'm going to take out and bring the jar of purple lavender goo to his table.
He holds it, or he looks at it on his desk, and he goes, Winsler is giving this to me.
Yes.
Do you know where he got it from? You don't know what it is. Do you know where he got it from?
No, I do not know where it's from.
Do not look at the man behind the curtain.
And nods a couple of times and goes, all right, okay. That's very suspicious, but we'll address that at another moment. What, do you need anything else from me? Because I have just one thing to talk to you about afterwards.
Well, I wanted to, first of all, apologize for everything. I don't think we ever got to talk about what happened.
No. You had asked to chat, but never dropped by.
Sorry, I forgot. I got very busy. Anyways, I just wanted to say sorry for taking what's yours. I got greedy.
That's the danger of it. You realize, right?
Yes. I don't know
this thing is trying to convince us to gather these orbs, and you listening to it and taking one from me is doing exactly what it wants. That's a slippery slope, integrity.
What does it want?
I have no godly idea what it wants.
I had a dream. How many weeks ago was this?
That was last week.
Oh. I had a dream last week of the snake, and everyone was bowing down to this snake. He was a bad snake.
Iconic.
A bad snake.
And
okay.
They were all revering him. And he was getting mad at me for giving you back the orbs.
Yes. Because that's not what it wants.
I just don't know why we've been having these dreams. And in that dream, I also saw Faramel.
That was the man who had the other one, correct?
Yes. And he doesn't look like what he looked like before we left him.
Okay. That's troubling. You haven't had another one of these dreams since, though?
No.
All right.
Have you been having any dreams?
I haven't had a single one, no. That's troubling, but I hope that it's nothing too severe. Everything is back. I have the two and you have the one, and this Faramel fellow has the other, as it was for the past half year. So I don't assume anything horrible is occurring. If you do have another dream, please come to me immediately. And if I have a dream, I will do the same and come to you and we can speak about it.
But again, I'm very sorry.
I appreciate you apologizing for it.
What do you need to talk about?
You four and the other first years have office space as given to you by the Council of Administrators weeks ago. You have not come to claim the key, and the office needs to be cleaned. I would suggest doing so before the semester gets too busy, and also before we leave this weekend to go down to the Grand Spire on our field trip. You remember that, right?
We have
Do you
a
remember
field
all that
trip
information?
to the Grand Spire?
Field trip to the Grand Spire, Spire Nebulous? Spire Nebulous?
Spire
meet with the-
Nebulous?
To meet with the Grand Artificer? The reason about the Heart of Gold and the orbs situation? The reason why we were in the restricted section doing research?
Yes. I remember. Sorry.
This weekend, leaving on the 28th and coming back on the 29th.
Oh,
All
yeah.
the details right now.
Can I borrow a pen from you? Or can I borrow a quill?
Yes, and he points at the small basket on his
And I'm going to
desk.
write this information on my wrist
Okay.
to remember it.
And he's going to open his drawer and hand you a large iron key, and he goes, this opens the gate to the old chapel. You should be able to find directions easily enough. Clean it up.
Do we have a budget for the designing of the room?
Absolutely zero
I heard
budget.
Oh.
he does laundry. Do you think he'll clean up our space too if we pay him?
Oh, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna tell him this. I'm gonna be like, you know,
Is there
that
enough
Toll
money
has
for
a
you
laundry
now?
service.
I had no earthly idea that Toll had a laundry service.
Yeah, apparently he has a laundry service. Winsler got his robe cleaned by Toll.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Fuck.
interesting. And when was that?
Uh-oh.
Winsler, we never see you
He
again.
didn't tell me when he got that
Just
done.
ambiguously in the past.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Winsler gets thrown a flight of
All
stairs.
right. Well,
Like a gang
Go-
went after him for money.
go gather the others and go clean up the office spaces in the old chapel. They haven't been used in a year or so they're probably fairly dusty. If you want to recruit Toll to help you with his laundry service, which I've never heard of, feel free, I suppose, unless they have more pressing issues, which they might, who knows, with those golems. But that's all I have to say.
Okay. Thank you, artists, and bye. And then I'm gonna start walking away. And then before I walk out, I'll be like, "Oh, and everything will be okay, artists." And then walk away.
Also, sorry about your door again.
That's so
Okay.
ominous.
And with that, we're going to end this episode of Trials and Trebuchets.
Oh my god.
Ominous
Ben, can you do our
warnings to the
outro?
teacher.
Yes. If you enjoyed this episode of Trials and Trebuchets, please leave a review on our iTunes. It'll really help us out a lot. Also, you can check out our social media pages and check out some art there at Trials and Trebs at Twitter and Instagram. Also, we have a link to our Discord server on both of those social media pages. You can join it and come hang out with us. It'll be great old fun. Good times.
Yeah.
Great on
fun. Thank y'all for listening this week. We'll see you next week when we talk into your ears.
What are you doing?
Bye.
See you all later.
See ya.
Bye, muchachos.
I'm gonna say it bye in a normal voice.
That was your normal voice?
Hasta la vista, baby.
Okay.